Let me know when you guys are in here. There's my boy 8. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I got a core play tonight you're either going to love or hate, 8. By the way, how'd you do last night with Podol? He ate. He was nice. Let me know when you guys are in here and we'll get started. Yeah, I seen that. That sucks, bro. That's just part of the game we play, though. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're about to start. Giving it about 3 more minutes. Give people time to get in here. Just running some lineups on my initial projections. Alright, let's hop right into it, gentlemen. As always, you got a question about any player, just let me know in the chat. We're going to start it off at point guard. Not a core play for me, but I'm going to have a ton of them. He's my favorite pay up on the slate. LaMelo Ball today, taking on Brooklyn. They're not that great against the point guard. This dude's a walking bucket, can do it all. Really like LaMelo today. Like I said, not core, but I'm going to have a lot of him. He's only coming in at 14% owned right now, according to LineStar, and I think that's just too low. I want to be around 30% on him. Scottie Pippen's fine. He's got great upside. Low ownership coming in around 10% right now. Just hope he gets some minutes, which he should. The spread's not that large on this game. Should get plenty of run in this one. On the opposite side is Jamal Murray, who is pulling 31% ownership. I'm going to be under the field on him. He's grading out okay for me, but I looked at the numbers. His usage just does not increase very much with Joker off the floor. Only has a usage of 23.12% right now, and has not hit one of these 50-plus fantasy point ceiling games. And the Grizzlies are very good against the point guard. I'm not on it like the public is. I'm gonna have him, don't get me wrong, but I'm never gonna be at 31% on. That initial run, let's see how much I got of him. 31%, exactly what the public did, but I'm gonna manually lower that before I run my final. Next up, Dennis Schroeder looks solid. Don't mind him at all, but core piece for me today, see how you guys react to this, is going to be Ben Simmons. 5,200, taking on Charlotte, who is just terrible defensively. Absolutely awful defensively. I think he's got upside. He put up 37 fantasy points against Chicago, and that's what I'm hoping for today. One of those big upside games. You cannot trust Ben Simmons, but I think this is as good a spot as it comes for him. And he's going to be a core play for me today. Ben Simmons. I think SGA's perfectly fine. Don't mind him today. He is pulling 24% ownership, and that price is hefty. I would just want to try to get 800 more and get to Luka, pulling 8% ownership. But I don't mind him. San Antonio's terrible. There is blowout concern if you play that narrative. It is the, in-season cup or tournament or whatever, so they have incentive to leave them in and score as many points as possible, but I just don't think that's the type of team this is. What's up, Don? I'm ready to see you do it, bro. I would rather see you guys take down than take down myself. That means what I'm doing is working. I think Cam Thomas looks great today. I prefer him on DK just because of price, but on FanDuel, he's only pulling 6% ownership. Perfect matchup for him here. He should be able to toss up as many threes as he wants, and if they are falling, he's going to be in the winning lineup tonight. The point guard position kind of sucks today. After Thomas, it is a drastic fall off to guys that I just want on GPP MMEs only. Sexton, just okay. Garland, he's got upside. The last time he played Boston, he done well. I mean, it's just kind of a meh play for me, though. Don't love it, don't hate it. I do like Luka quite a bit as a contrarian play. He's only pulling 8% ownership right now. The only guy really in his price range at the point guard, Shai, is pulling 24%. So if you want to get off that SGA ownership and get to Luka, I really like that pivot if that's the way you're going to play today. We just got some news here. Sam Merrill's going to play, but Karis LeVert and Okoro is out. And moving down the line, Derek White's just okay. I think Clarkson is interesting. He's been playing very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games in a row over 30 fantasy points. If he lands in my lineup, I'm not mad about it at all. Stefan Castle, no Wemby. He's okay. But other than that, nobody I'm really in love with. 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to yell at my kids. Call me crazy, but I have Pelicans roomie on how you feel about Bassey for Spurs since Colin. I have no idea what you're asking, Don. Have Pelicans roomie? But speaking of the Pelicans, moving over to the 2 guard, Trey Murphy's a lock for me today. Just too cheap. Plain and simple. It's a misprice. Pelicans rookie. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. Rookie center. Oh, Meaves. Or Missy, I mean. Eves Missy. I got you. He's solid. I don't mind him. We'll get the center. But after Trey Murphy, kind of like the point guard. Two guards, kind of a drastic fall off. Reeves is grading out fine. He's looked really good with his first unit. Champagne, probably be my preferred Spurs play today. But even he's nothing jumps off the page. Cam Thomas, I told you, I like quite a bit. Brandon Miller's in an interesting spot. The Nets' defense is terrible. Shot 6 for 20 last game and still put up 33 fantasy points. JB's fine. If I had to pick a guy, though, to pair with Murphy, I think it'd probably be Lou Dort. He's really, really stepped up since Chet went down. So, I like Dort. I'm going to give him a little manual boost here. Nothing too crazy, but I like Dort quite a bit today. Trey is chalk today, 40%. I don't think it'll be that high, but that's what Line Star's got him. Brandon Boston's okay. His price is just kind of where it should be right now. We talked about Sexton. I think here's a low-on guy with the upside. Don't like the price, but Desmond Bane against Denver. Ranked dead last against the shooting guard, small forward position. I don't mind rolling the dice. Couple lineups having him in there. I'm okay with that. Christian Braun's okay. Price just a tad high for me, but if he lands in the lineup, I'm not mad. But everybody else really just MME. Small forward, we're going to have our third lock of the day. Going to be Brandon Ingram. I can't get away from him today. Sort of like Trey Murphy. I'm not sure what they were doing with his price. $8,600 for a guy that's had back-to-back 50-point games. I love him. Probably my favorite core piece of the day, Brandon Ingram. Really like him. I really like LeBron. I'll just go ahead and say it. Another one of the core pieces is Anthony Davis. And I don't particularly like playing LeBron and AD in the same lineup together, so I kind of had to limit his exposure there. But I got it at 40%, which is even with the field. He's pulling 39%. I'm okay with it. Great matchup. He's been a triple-double machine. Don't mind it at all. Last two games he's kind of fell off, but before that, he was pretty much primetime LeBron. Jalen Williams, perfectly fine. Don't mind him at all. Who's going to stop him? Tatum, I don't like the matchup. I really don't. I know he's one of the best in the league, but this Cavaliers team is out of this world. Talked about most of these guys. DFS, he's grading out pretty well for me. 27, 26 fantasy points in back-to-back games. That would be exceeding value for you at this price. I think Aaron Wiggins is very interesting too. He's been having to play. 4,700, don't mind him. Larry Markkanen's just fell off a cliff. I don't know what happened. I'm going to have some of him today, but I don't know how excited I am about it. I went back and looked, and historically he's been very good against the Lakers, so that makes me feel a little better. But I'm not getting a ton of him on FanDuel, but over on DK, I really like Ziaire Williams. Get a good price discount on him over there. But rest of these guys, just kind of GPP. That's about it. Let's move over to the 4. I hate Jared Allen today. Josh Allen. His ownership 7%. Another core piece here is Zach Collins. I mean, it's a free square. That's all it is. Free square. I'm okay eating it. We talked about Ingram. Anthony Davis is my last core piece. Love AD today. Gonna have a ton of them. The Jazz, it says 21st here, but they rank dead last against the center. They're terrible. They've just allowed so many big games from centers. They're horrible. They have nobody that can stop AD. I'm going to be getting a lot of this guy, Dario Saric. I know his price increased a ton, but he just played the same Memphis team, put up 33 fantasy points, and they had Zach Edey, probably their best defender, for, half of that game before he got hurt. Now they're not going to have Edey. Who's going to slow down Saric? They don't have anyone that can really guard the paint and the perimeter with him. Talked about most of these guys. I still like John Collins. The price has gotten a little high, but I still like him. I'm going to have plenty of them. Jaren Jackson's okay. Brandon Clark, if he starts, is a good value, but I don't want him unless he starts. I do like Mobley. I would take Mobley over Jared Allen every day today, but I really don't care about either one of them. Jared Allen's pulling 7% ownership. Mobley's pulling 6%. I think a guy that's kind of getting overlooked here is Peyton Watson. He's going to start 5,700. He's reached 32 fantasy points. Don't mind him. Also, Grant Williams. I know he's not the best basketball player in the world, but he's got a solid matchup, and he's going to start. He's going to play big minutes. He's played 30 minutes or more in 5 straight games. Give him a little boost there. How do I feel about Al Horford? I feel like he should be in a nursing home. No, I love Al. I respect his game, but I'm not playing any Al Horford today. Not against Cleveland. Moving down here at center, it's pretty much all guys we talked about. And you got 3 of the core pieces that can play center today on FanDuel. Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, and Zach Collins. Run it how you feel. But if you don't want to play any of those guys, we talked about Saric. I think Daniel Gafford's fine at 5,100. Just hate how him and Lively split minutes. Missy, perfectly viable today. Don't mind him at all. You kind of know what he's going to get you. He has the upside, though. He showed it against Brooklyn. I think if he starts, a guy that nobody's talking about, talk about no ownership, 8, Diabate, if he starts and gets some minutes, he can absolutely get you there. 45 fantasy points against Orlando. 39 in 25 minutes against Milwaukee. If Diabate's starting, he's in strong consideration for me. Everybody else just GPP only. Lakers power forward. Are you talking about Anthony Davis? AD's going to play. He's probable. He's a core piece for me. Is that who you're talking about? Let's run a lineup with the core, though. Diabate or Bassie? I think Bassie's perfectly fine. I prefer him on DraftKings, but I think he's perfectly fine. I would rather have Diabate if he's starting for sure. Like, if Diabate's starting, I'm going to make major changes to my lineup to have him. The other one, number 28. Why can't you ever say their name, Don? I don't know. I don't know him. I think Bassie gets more minutes than Mammoth. Are you talking about... I don't know the Lakers' numbers. Oh, Rui? I think Rui sits. That's kind of up in the air, but it doesn't change anything for me. Alright, we got our core locked in here. Again, our core, Ben Simmons, Ingram, Murphy, Collins, Davis. Let's run it and see what we get when I drop the core in the Discord. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, it helps a ton. Am I crazy for liking Ben Simmons today, chat? Thank you, Don. Alright, so I really like this first line. You get LaMelo with Ben. I told you I love LaMelo today. I want to have as much of him as I can without coring him. I'm getting 17% of him. That's not okay. I want a lot more than that. I want a lot more LaMelo. But this first lineup, perfectly viable. I like everything about it, except maybe Alex Caruso. But there's not much in that 4K range. Let's try to replace him and see who we got around. Yeah, there's nobody. Maybe Max Christie if he starts, but we wouldn't know. Or Sam Merrill if he starts. We wouldn't know until after a lock about Christie. If Sam Merrill starts, we might slot him in there, but it will be Merrill and let's look. I don't think Dean Wade's playing. He's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it'd be Merrill for sure. Sam Merrill is still questionable. I thought we got an update on him. Yeah, Sam Merrill's going to play. I think Sam Merrill probably starts, and he's going to look pretty good just because of his price. He's not a good basketball player, but his price is so enticing. We'll see what LineStar thinks, who they think is starting. They still got a Coro who's marked out. So, we'll have to wait on that. I'm going to give LaMelo some bumps there. See if that helps at all. Getting him into more lineups. I ask you guys this at least once a week, but me and the wife are debating on what to have for supper. Give me some ideas. She said noodles and grilled cheese because it's like been raining all day, but I'm not feeling that. Okay, got 39% LaMelo now. I want more than that, honestly. Let's move it over to DK. I know that's your favorite part, Don. Not going to go over everything again, but I will give you my DK core. And it's pretty simple today. You could rock Ben Simmons if you want, but I'm not going to make him core, but I do love him. First core piece is going to be Dario Saric at center. Second core piece, ZR Williams at 2 guard. Third core piece, and man, I'm just noticing there's so many nets grading out so well on DK, just because of the price, I assume. But my third core piece on DK, gonna have to go in your utility spot, but I just can't get away from him for his price, is Charles Bassey. Bassey. How, anybody know how to say that? Anybody know the correct way to pronounce that? Anyone? No one? Oh, okay. In my last core piece, I could give you a pay up. Not going to, because I want you to build with what kind of pay ups you want tonight. I meant to put ZR in the small forward. It's going to be Jordan Clarkson. He is just too cheap. So, very cheap DK core today. Jordan Clarkson, ZR Williams, Dario Saric, and Charles Bassey. However the hell you say it. Let's run it and see what we get while I drop that core in the Discord. vastly different core on DK than FanDuel just because of the pricing. Come on, lineups. See what we're getting here. First one gives us LaMelo and LeBron, so you can't go wrong with that. The second one gives us SGA, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron. Like, you cannot go wrong with this core. Oh, absolutely done. Without a doubt. And it gets crazy with the two sites being so different, right? But pretty much any of these lineups on the screen, I'm happy with. I probably prefer the second one where you get Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and SGA all in the lineup. Like, yes, sir, sign me up. I'll take that any day of the week. Any day you tell me I can fit those three studs in my lineup, I'm a happy, happy guy. And if you didn't want to play SGA in that second lineup, you could replace him with LaMelo, who's cheaper. $800 cheaper. But on DK, I don't really see a reason to. But, yeah. Totally okay running that lineup. We have no real news we're waiting on other than maybe the Cavs starting lineup, which I'm fairly certain Sam Merrill will start. It may be Niang. If it's Niang, then we're going to have to talk about that. But, man, this team's so short-handed. I really... being so short-handed, it really makes you want to play one of the Cavs today. One of the starters. For me, it would be Garland. Ranked would be Garland, Mobley, Mitchell, Allen, and then whoever the fifth starter is. Well, we got through this show pretty quick today, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just fly through it like that. I'm going to give Garland a little boost here. That way I get just a little bit more of him. Nothing crazy, but enough to know, hey, he's here. There is a ton of different ways to build today, gentlemen. Normally it's pretty straightforward, like, okay, here's the guys you're going to have. But today's slate, a little different. Guys got any questions while you're building, hit me with them. I'd be happy to answer them. But we're really just kind of sitting around waiting on the Mavs, or not the Mavs, the Cavs lineup. Oh Lord, I got 4 missed texts from my woman. They all came in at one time. John Morant remains week to week. Who would have thought? What's Cam Thomas's ownership? We will let you know. 10%. And Spida. Nobody wants Spida today. He's just too pricey for me after that price hike. 7%. I can definitely see a world where he gets there, but mind you need 50-ish plus fantasy points from him tonight to make value. He has in the past 3 games he played, so. But this is a tough test. Very tough test. I got him at 42 fantasy points, and that's just not enough. Yeah, Trey Murphy's chalk. Chalk City. Murphy, Collins, LeBron. Top 3 owned players on the slate. Surprisingly, followed by Brandon Clark, which, if he starts, I can totally be okay eating that chalk. But and then Jamal Murray, a guy I want to be very under the field on. Well, they both have great matchups. So, here's what I'm looking at, right? SGA, LaMelo. LaMelo's cheaper, so you get an $800 price saving. I think they both have great matchups, but I think LaMelo's is better. And look at the spreads on the game. It's a 3-point spread in the Brooklyn-Charlotte game, so we know that game's more than likely going to be competitive. In the OKC San Antonio game, it's a 10-point spread. I firmly believe this game will be over by the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure that SGA gets a full 30-plus minute run today. Now, he absolutely should if the game stays competitive, but I don't think it does. I think SGA gets pulled maybe middle of the 4th quarter. So, LaMelo, hard lean for me, cheaper, same upside, slightly better matchup, and I don't think there's a chance of him being pulled. Westbrook, 13%. He has not met value since he has started, which was on November 6th. So, I've seen some touts on him. That's probably why he's up to 13%, but I can't play him today. There's the Cavs lineup. They're going to start Merrill. Garland, Mitchell, Merrill, Mobley, Allen. Just as I figured. Give projections a minute to update, but I don't think it's going to do a ton for me. But let's look at their bench. On the bench, they're going to have Ty Jerome, Niang, Porter, and Thor. Porter's a pretty good ball player. If he gets minutes, he can become interesting, but I'm not sure he will. I do not like Keontae George from the Jazz tonight because Jordan Clarkson is playing his minutes. I mean, Clarkson's had 30 minutes in 4 straight games. And let's look at George's minutes. He's also at 30 plus. I'm sorry. I was wrong about that one. I'll eat that one. But he just hasn't, lived up to this price tag. He said it November 4th. He really exceeded it, but since has not even got close to exceeding it. I'm not going to be playing any Collier. I got him projected for 14.5 fantasy points. I know he done pretty good against the Clippers. I don't see that happening again. 26 minutes, 23 fantasy points. That's just unsustainable, considering he's averaging 0.64 fantasy points per minute and has a low 13.89 usage. All right, we got Sam Merrill in here now. Looks like his projection's updated. I got him at 15.92 fantasy points. I think that's probably where it should be. I'm going to give him a little boost, though, because they have really nobody to replace him at the 3 spot. No one's going to want Michael Porter. 10%. I tell you a guy I think is getting overlooked today, though, 8, on the same team is Peyton Watson. Only pulling 3% ownership. He started. Plays decent minutes. Bane is 7% owned. I think that's a little low. I think he might be around 9%, but regardless, it's low. Kyle Lowry is going to be out, and Trey Mann is playing. I had him out of my lineups because I did not think he'd play, but I doubt he gets in any of my lineups, period. Tyrese Maxey, he's questionable for tomorrow. If that tickles any of your fancy. I think Garland's the way to go if you want a cab today. Garland is... man, I really like him. Give him a little bump there. It's going to be him or Spider today. So, I have a lean towards Garland, but could absolutely be Spider. He's been on another world lately. But I think you're going to need one of them today. Prince. Sorry you missed the score, buddy. It's in the Discord, under the DFS chat. I think Cam Johnson, 7%. Like, he could have a ceiling game here. I'm trying to look for these cheaper guys. Or, sorry, lower owned guys that you might like 8. Jaren Jackson's pulling 3% ownership. We know bigs have demolished Denver. I think Cam Thomas would be my favorite low-owned play today. Kyle Filipowski is also pulling almost no ownership. He's cheap. He's started lately, played good minutes, put up good scores. My phone is blowing up with NBA news, but it's all for tomorrow. DeAndre Ayton doubtful for tomorrow. Simon's questionable. Miles Turner questionable. Ben Shepherd questionable. Giannis probable. Lean on Bane or Triple J. Who do I like? Man, that is really tough. I would slightly, and I mean just very slightly, lean Triple J because of how bad Denver's been against big men. And Saric is a pretty good basketball player, but he's not known for his defense, you know? Jalen Green, questionable for tomorrow. I'm gonna like Ben Simmons here at center and just see what it spits out. Six Fears, make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps tremendously. Guys, have any questions on the slate? Feel free to ask. I love AD today. And LeBron's like above average. I like him too, but I don't want to play him in the same lineup. But I love AD today on both sites. It's got to be Trey Murphy, isn't it, 8? It's Trey Murphy, isn't it? I'm going to try something here. I knew it would be. You've always, like, really liked Trey. I really want Garland, but that just is not going to work. Yep, not enough. Damn it. Guess I'll have to settle for Merrill. I want one of these starting Cavs in my lineup, but I didn't want it to be Sam Merrill. So, I know you try to get different the entire way, but I truly think you only need to get different with one or two pieces, man. Sometimes eating the chalk is worthwhile. It's chalk for a reason. Let's see what this is going to spit out for me. Pippin and Champagne. I like that. Yeah, I don't mind his minutes. It's just his upside's just so meh. What's the best game he's had since he's been starting? 25? Yeah. And, like, I know the price is cheap, but you're gonna need at least 25 from him today to get value. Like, he's been getting the minutes, no doubt, but he's just 0.59 fantasy point per minute, 13% usage. Like, he's really just a body on the floor for him. Did not mean to do that, sorry. Trying to pull up FanDuel in the background to upload my lineups. I'm getting a lot of Scottie Pippen today. I'm not mad about it. That's right, 20 minutes till lock, so make sure you get your lineups in. I have no clue what just happened to our background music. There it goes. I don't mind Stroufler today. What's his ownership looking like? 4%? Yeah, I don't mind him. Definitely a big upside play. 6 viewers. If you guys aren't on our if you guys are not in our Discord, it's in the chat. It's below in the description. Join it. Totally free. You can ask me questions throughout this slate or any other slate. NBA, NFL, NHL if you want. I don't post NHL cores, but I do play NHL. Have any of you guys played DFS on Yahoo? I have never tried Yahoo, and I thought about trying to get into it here soon. I don't know anything about Yahoo DFS, but I know LineStar offers projections for it. You haven't yet? Well, I am not even signed up on the Yahoo website, so I might ask for someone's referral code when I finally download it. You guys want to go really into left field? I'm not sure if he's starting. Let's see if LineStar thinks he is. No, they think Brendan Clark's starting. I think Jay Huff, very interesting at center. Guys got any questions, hit me with them. About 15 minutes till lock now. Yeah, I agree. I like Craig Porter a lot. I was debating on how many minutes to give him, but I think they're going to run heavy with their starters. That's why I really want Garland in my lineups, but I just can't make him fit. Like, I'm going to have sprinkles of him in my MME, but he's not in my single entries, unfortunately. Yeah, I like Noel more than I like Green. Just a better basketball player. Still getting plenty of minutes, even off the bench. Like him quite a bit. Luka's going to play. I figured he would, but just a heads up that he is going to play. And just so you know, it looks like 8. I got Julian Strother in my DK single entry lineup. So, just a heads up for you there. DK and FanDuel obviously very different, but I like Strother, so. Julian Strother from the Nuggets. I updated the DK core in the Discord, just so you guys know. I didn't change anything on the DK core. I didn't change anything. I just added a or player. If you don't want to play this player, play this one. Also, Don, you were talking about AD or LeBron. I do prefer AD, just so you know. I prefer AD, but my DK single entry, I got LeBron. He's just, that's how the lineup fell. He fit. AD didn't. Seven viewers, what's up? Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions at all about FanDuel or DraftKings, please feel free. Let me know in the chat and I'll help you the best I can. How many likes we at, Don? I have them both in my lineup, Don. I would prefer Finney Smith, but it would be close. It would be very close. Let's look at them. I got Dorian Finney-Smith for 23.5 fantasy points. And Straw, I got for 17.7. That's low. I manually boosted him up to 20.7. So Dorian Finney-Smith, he wins out. But Strother's just too cheap for his upside. You look at his game logs here. Last game out in 24 minutes, he put up 35 fantasy points. I'm not saying he's going to do that again, but I'm very happy if he gets me 19-20 today at that price. And he's consistently shown he can do that. But with that said, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to hop on out of here. If you do have questions, please let me know. I do think Sam Merrill makes good value on FanDuel. Not a guy I'm excited to play, but I want somebody from this Cleveland starting five in my lineup tonight. I really want it to be Darius Garland, but he just did not fit my builds. So Sam Merrill's the guy who landed in there. Let's do it. Let's take down today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been profitable for like the past 5 slates, but I haven't taken down in like over a month. I can't deal with that. I need a takedown at least once a month. Of course, Don. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, it would help greatly if you just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows daily. Even better, click the link in the chat or below the video to join our Discord, completely free, and you can at me or any of the other analysts at any time with any questions you have. And you get your value there. You get your value from the shows. It's totally free. If you want to, you can join our premium. It's only $10 a month for the DFS. You get access to our DFS chat, our DFS plays where we post all of our cores and write-ups. It's just the cheapest in the industry. Something I love to do. But I am a dad. I did quit my career to pursue this business venture, and it's how I make my living. So if you're enjoying it, it would help me a ton. I appreciate you guys very much. I will see you tomorrow night with another wonderful show. Later, guys.